LoreWarrior Armour, the Mithras light tank. Overview. Originally designed as a scout vehicle that could also fill the role of a light tank, the Mithras eventually ceded the scout role to lighter and faster hover vehicles. The design's serviceable mix of speed, firepower and armour, however, do make it ideal for supporting a wide variety of other operations. Able to traverse all but the most difficult terrain, the design enjoys many advantages over lighter and faster vehicles. The most common deployment is in support of conventional infantry or to harry an enemy's flank. Capabilities. The Mithras carries a two-man crew. The driver is responsible for sensor operations and maneuvering the vehicle on the field, while the gunner and commander operates the weapons and communication systems, as well as serving as navigator. An integrated fire control system, known as the Combined Weapons Systems or CWIS, allows the gunner, seated halfway up the turret, to both aim and fire. Though this allows for swift target identification and engagement, the lack of a secondary gun sight means that the turret weapons can't be fired if the vehicle's sensors become inoperative. The Mithras' turret-mounted Series 2B autocannon allows accurate, sustained fire against targets up to 1,000 meters. The system's advanced autoloader allows the gunner to select a variable rate of fire, and at full speed, the 50mm cannon can fire 12 rounds a minute. However, as with many fast-loading systems, the recoil mechanism is prone to foul the autoloader track, effectively rendering the weapon useless. To give the Mithras limited defensive capabilities in this event, and to provide additional firepower within the cannon's dead zone, the Mithras mounts an extended-range medium laser coaxially with the main weapon. Both systems are controlled by the gunner commander, while a second laser is mounted on the front of the tank. Though nominally under the control of the driver, this weapon can also be operated by the gunner using the CWIS, allowing the driver to concentrate on maneuvering the vehicle. The Mithras carries only 3 tons of armour, but the use of a ferrofibrous compound gives protection equivalent to more than 4 tons of regular plating, allowing the vehicle to survive a single hit from all but the largest weaponry. This tank's only weakness is the rear armour, which can only sustain a single hit from a light or medium weapon before being breached. Deployment. All clans field the Mithras, but the Firemandrel Kindred clan possesses a notable concentration of these, captured from the Ice Hellions during that clan's Hellions Fury campaign of ill-advised assaults on its fellow clans following the Ice Hellions' failure to win a place in the invasion force. The Mandrel's 21st Vanguard cluster finds the design ideally suited to their particular style of defensive operation. While the mech and elemental forces hold their positions and grind down the enemy, the light tanks will harass the flanks and rear positions, forcing them to either withdraw troops to deal with the gnat bite attacks, or risk being slowly worn down. So it's a 25-ton tracked vehicle. Its power plant is a Fusion 150 with a cruise speed of 65 and a flank speed of 97 kph. Its armour is Compound Alpha ferrofibrous. Its armament is 2 Series 2B extended range medium lasers and a Type 25 Ultra Autocannon 2. It's manufactured by various groups, and its communication system is the consolidated BMR-6C, with targeting and tracking being the TR-TTS Mark II CWS. Overall, this means it has a cruise of 6 and a flank of 9 with 10 heatsinks. It's all that's needed. It has 16 armour on the front, 14 on the sides, 9 on the rear and 14 on the turret. Its ER medium laser is located in the turret alongside the AC-2 with 45 shots of ammo in the body. A single ER medium is also located on the front of the vehicle. And it immediately reminds me of armoured cars like the Marmon Harrington from the sort of pre-Second World War era. Very sort of old school looking vehicle here. It's like a gun tractor in a way. It's maybe also a bit evocative of the M3 GMC with the 75mm main gun from the US forces. First debuted in Kasserine Pass against Rommel's forces, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's an interesting vehicle. I don't dislike it, but it is very old school. It looks retro in a weird way, like kind of almost like a retro sci-fi style. And yeah, I don't dislike it. Another one of these clan designs that just, yeah, look pretty decent. Clan armor so far has been pretty deadly, obviously for its weight. A vehicle that carries a pair of ER mediums and Ultra 2 is pretty damn good for 25 tons, especially at the speed it can move. A good little support vehicle. But at the same time, something that in a scenario again where you're setting up players going up against clan like PGCs, garrison clusters, you do have an enemy here that can not do a huge amount of damage to the players, but are capable of being a bit of a threat and they're not too difficult to kill. 16 armor and 14 respectively means that it's only going to take a few hits to pen it and destroy the vehicle. Not too bad overall. The actual design is quite cool. I like it visually. It stands out. It's very unique for what it is, and yeah, it'd be the kind of thing that I would love to see as a miniature on tabletops at some point, maybe, possibly. I don't know, Naman. Maybe you can do that one day. sorry, it's just me being a bitch there. No, it's a good little thing. I could definitely see quite a few uses for it. Clan v clan battles as well. It does work quite well with an idea of being able to hold its own, being able to harass obviously clan mechs of an opposing clan there off in the distance. Ultra 2s can reach out and touch people quite a distance. It's got plenty of ammunition to keep firing for a long time. The fact that it's an Ultra means it can do 4 damage in a turn instead of 2. Not a huge amount, but every little helps in that regard. Remaining accurate as well on the move. And it's also probably pretty decent being able to attack things like elementals, because an Ultra 2 can obviously hit them, and 2 damage is still quite a lot to an elemental suit, so yeah, it's not too bad. And against other armor, obviously it's got the ability to stay at range and engage some of the heavier vehicles without having to worry too much, probably about a lot of the return fire, and it's got the speed that it can get a few points of defensive bonuses, so yeah. But again, as a light vehicle, there's a risk reward with it, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, so that's the Mithras light tank from the clans. Again, good artwork from Plog, perfectly emphasises the proportions and everything for it. It looks like a pretty cool, solid little vehicle. So yeah, thanks for listening as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.